All right, let me get that turned on here. Get it to come up. There we go. Okay. Turn the volume down on this. All right, so here we are, Sunday afternoon. I'm trying to find all my stuff that I need. Here we are, Sunday afternoon. Gonna do a small work session on the station today. I'm not going to be anywhere near, like I talked about on, what day did we do this? Friday? Yeah. I'm not going to be anywhere close to like we talked about on Friday, having the station painted. Because Gabe's going to run some errands on Monday and he's stopping by Hobbytown and picking up some styrene that I need. I'll show you all that here in a minute. I'll get the camera and show you what we're working on. There's things that I'd like to go ahead and start to work on the platform because I don't have a place to put this and it's taking up a lot of room. So I want to get this up and above the tracks. So I need to make today the big beam that's going to go across that's going to support this thing.
Crochet Lady and Oki say hi.
Hey Oki. We're actually here at the same time together. So, well, it is a Sunday afternoon, so that usually is when we had a good chance of meeting up. So, I'm gonna do some work. I'll show you guys the station. It's coming along really well, but there's a lot of cleanup to do and a lot of extra trim to add on to hide a bunch of errors. So, I'll show you what we got to do here. We had a problem on. I remember what day it was. We had a big electrical storm here. And we had the printer going, and the printer, we had a power surge, and something happened to the printer, and it kind of glitched, and we were right in the middle of printing the other half of the roof. I'll show you that here in a minute.
Oki says, yes, I am mowing.
Okay. And the we had to recalibrate the whole printer. Well, I didn't. Gabe did. And restart it. The problem was we already had well over half the roof printed. And it was like, well, do we scrap that and just start all over again? But the thing was chewing up a lot of filament already. And it was a 3-hour print job. So he took some measurements and printed this and figured out how much was left of the roof that needed to be printed and printed the second half of it. Problem was it was just off by a little bit. And for some reason, these roof panels decided to print these bumps, trying to make it look like stone. And it looked really stupid. So I've had to go in and grind a bunch of stuff down and take care of those stone pattern. But it's left it really rough. Now I could probably go across there and putty it and work on it and smooth it and get it sanded. Or we could just go buy a piece of styrene and I can cut a strip that goes all the way across and hide the whole thing and take me 10 minutes versus like 3 days of puttying and sanding. So gee, I wonder which way we're going to go on that. Because I know I'd be really burned out on this station if I had to sit there and putty this whole top, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. So what I want to work on today is this platform that we have right here for this guy. I need to make for over there because I just don't have room for this thing anymore. I don't want to put it down below because we're going to start working on that this week. So I just need to get off my table and I don't have any room up on top to put it. So I just want to get the platform made, and so that's what we're going to work on today. I don't want to just be sitting around on the floor collecting sanding dust when I'm doing sanding and stuff. So I just need to get the this platform made. So I'll show you guys here what we're doing. I hope I have, yeah, I've still got a long piece of styrene. I've still got a big sheet of styrene here that I can make the long platform that it has to sit on. So I'll get the camera and I'll show you guys what we're doing. And I'll show you where we're at on this. And then we'll start working on, he'll come in and he'll reset this up. And we'll start working on the platform for it. So that's what we're going to do today. There'll be a little bit of grinding involved with the Dremel for the back sides of the beams. Don't have to worry about it for the uprights, but I do for the horizontals. And I'm going to take a really good measurement. I've got to make sure I get it exactly the width of the cross beam and the widths of the uprights have got to be the exact height of my rock wall. So it's going to take a little bit of measurement there to get it done, but once we get that figured out, then it'll all go pretty quick.
I like your pile there on top.
Like my what?
Your pile there on top of the station.
Yeah, I'll have to show that. Yeah, I had to cut a piece because the station roof, I'll show it. There's no point. I'm pointing to something I'm going to talk about all over again anyway. So we might as well just go to the station and get started on what we're doing today.
Do you want me to handle the camera?
Yeah, if you want to, and then you can like move it around, and then you can put it in place while I'm working. That'll be fine. Yeah, I figured I needed some weight for the top for that piece of styrene. So what we got here? Get this out of the way for just a few minutes. So as you can see, the station is pretty well along at this point. Get this for now until I can find one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is the stuff I use for when I need to do weight. So I'll get the camera, I'll do a close up, and then I'll hand it back to him after I get these off. So we've got all of this. Well, that's a nice heavy one there. I did a good job.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Okie says the Amtrak video I saw last night looked very good. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Glad you liked it.
Okay. So what we did here.
Do you want the
Yeah, and then I'll hand it back to you in a minute.
because I can just set it up.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see the seam right here. This is where the two halves of the roof came in. And right here you can see this seam that's right here. This is where the lightning hit in our neighborhood and stopped the printer. So there's where he had to make his measurements and do all of that to where we got it to be close. This side came out a little bit taller, so I had to do a lot of grinding down right here of this this side to get it to match this. It is now. It's pretty close. So what I was talking about, he's going to pick up the styrene for me tomorrow, and I'll cut a strip that's exactly this height right here, this size right here, and I'll just lay it on top of here, and it'll hide all this garbage. As you can see right here, this is where these little bump outs were when it was trying to print a really stupid pattern for a stone pattern, unlike what I carved in on the pieces down below here. So when I cut the piece of styrene for this, I'm just going to make these really large blocks. So I'm going to make just some verticals that come down right there. It's like big slabs that they put on there. And then down here, we had a little bit of a problem with the alignment. This side is perfect. It's just a little bit over. This side came up a little bit short. So I'll cut another one of the strips out of this long sheet of styrene, and I'll lay it over this whole piece right here. I'll start it right here, and I'll bring it all the way over, and I'll hang it over a little bit so that it covers that. So everything looked fine. Here are the beams. This is the first of the 8 beams. They came out really nice. Very, very smooth. Really, really good. By cutting this cap off right here and printing it separately, we saved half the filament and half the print time, because it was going to be putting supports all the way up right here. So Gabe asked me, he says, can you glue the cap on? It's like, no, I can't do that. I don't know how to glue caps on. So I thought that was a pretty funny question after all that I've built. That, can you glue the cap on there? Yeah, and then he told me, oh yeah, you know, do it that way. So these go, I've got to do a little bit. They're just a little tall. So I have to, you see it's really, really close right there. It just starts to go under just a little bit. I just have to take the tiniest bit off this. I'm going to assume that's going to be the same on all 8. And I had to file this down nice and smooth and sanded it all the way around to get all of that layering off that you get with doing. So does that mean you can't ask me for a friend? I think I can. I think I can build. So there'll be a column here, and then a column there, and then a column there. You know, there's going to be a column in front of each of these areas and one of there, and there's going to be 4 on the other side too.
Crochet Lady says that's going to be a beautiful station. I really like the design.
Oh, well, thank you. So, this really then it's all left is just to finish this up right here. That, and I've got to do that same on the back side right there, even though nobody's going to see that on the back side. I'm still going to go ahead and do it. And I'm going to cut a little thin, going to go right underneath here at the angle, because this just wasn't the best of printing under here, and I want a nice angle. So that's what I need to do right there. Then this is all going to get sanded down. Now see what happened here is this, you can't even tell anymore. This side right here is higher than this side. This half is a little bit higher than this side, but by putting this solid piece of styrene across here, cutting it to fit, you can't tell that anymore. It took that whole look out. So I think that's we're looking pretty good. Now this side didn't have all these bump outs and everything on it, but I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap it so it stays the same all the way around on both sides here. So what I'm doing today is I have these things. I'll get these here and I'll show you. These are, oops, I lost my cap to my column. Oh no, he's going to get upset with me. Okay, so I have these. This is going to be the, so this will be the piece that goes across like this, and then these, I got to cut these to the right height, and they're going to go all the way down like that, all the way along the front like that. Like the sound effects, you know. So I'm going to be doing that right here. Now I'm going to be doing a slight overhang from. We're going to print the I-beams. They're going to come across, but I can't do that till I figure out what the length is going to be, and I won't going to do that until I get this beam built. And then I'll set this on top. It'll be fine for now. I can get it up out of the way. Then we'll get the beams made that go across right here, and then I'll glue that all together. I'll get this glued today. But then I'll get everything glued together up here, and then I'll paint everything probably a nice concrete color, because this is supposed to be poured concrete versus the I-beams back behind me, but I'll do the I-beams in that color up there. So I'll probably paint those separately and then glue them on top of this. There's where we're at. As you can see, everything is just coming together really nicely here. I don't really have too much of a gap here. I know there's a spot or two here that I need to grind down just a little bit to bring that up a little bit tighter. And this side over here is really good. There's no real gap there at all. I just got to work on this side right here. All right, so that's where we are. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're going to start taking measurements, and we'll start working on this big beam.
Go ahead and
Set it up, yep. So I'll just put this right here.
Yep. Downy.
Pointy downy. All right, I gotta find my stupid tape measure. I always misplace my tape measure.
There we go. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in so far.
Yeah,
If you enjoyed it, enjoy our banter, make sure to like and subscribe.
those that have subscribed, you should check your subscriptions, because they still are kicking people off daily. So
We currently have about 1,400 videos, so there's plenty of content to watch if you click onto our main channel. We just had a review of Micromark acrylics. They sent us some paints, and we gave a review on them with an example. So
all right, I can't find my.
your tape measure's gone.
I can't find my tape measure. I can never find the tape measure. I don't know why that always becomes the issue, is finding the tape measure. We didn't need anything for it in your room, did you? Oh, here it is.
It's usually buried under your desk.
It's usually buried under these paper towels right here.
So that's where I found your ruler too.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to take a measurement of this thing, because we're going to have to do some combining here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this with 3. Where'd my other one go? There it is. I was about to say I had 6 of these. They were all exactly the same width. So I'm going to put one even right here, and then I'll do the distance out from there. So I'm going to find 2 that are exactly the same length. These are all supports that were off of another print job. So we didn't even, these weren't printed for anything, but we'll use them for this. All right, so let's see what the overall length of this is going to be. And then we'll just set this thing out of the way. So we're going to have, I want a little bit of room on each side. So we're going to have 2 feet. No, I have 2 feet. Yeah, I do. that gets to the curves. Yeah, we're okay with that. Okay, so we'll do 2 feet. That's easy to do. All right, so I'm gonna get this stuff out of the way. And we'll get this. Boy, that's heavy now. Ooh, I'm gonna have to really make a good reinforced base. That top added a lot of weight. There's the seam. You can see the seam. That was on the top side, but you know, since we put this on here, plus I reinforced inside really well, added extra sticks on the corners and stuff, just to make sure this thing was just gonna be solid as a rock. So, yeah, we're no problem there. So I'm gonna set this on the floor.
Oki says I'm going to guess 24 inches.
You were right.
You were right.
Yep, you got it. 24 is it. So, I'm going to find 2 of these. Whoops, where'd there it is. Gonna get the column. I'll just put the column back here for now. I'm going to find 2 of these that are exactly the same length. I know they're all the same width. I've already done that. I just need to find 2 that are exactly the same length. So that when I do it, I want to measure just once. I'm doing this. Okay, those 2 are exactly the same length. So that's going to be my middle parts. So, let's see here. I'm going to need a little bit of something here to figure this out. Put this right here so I can write stuff down. All right, so this piece is... that sucks. It's 9 and a little over 1/8. I know I do have to file these sides down just a little bit because when they print, when you have it like this, you always get a little bit of hangover. I bet a lot of people had that today after last night's festivities. Maybe more than a little bit of a hangover. I got to grind this side completely down. This, you can see this. I'll try to put it in the reflection of the lights. This is the printed side. This is the side I'm going to have facing out. Well, not printed side. This is the side that faced down on the printing panel. And that texture is from the plate that we print on. So I will, I'll grind that side. This will be the side I make facing out because I'll get this perfectly smooth. All right, so did I get both of these? I got talking and I can't, I just, yeah, you know. All right, so we have, what did I say these were?
Hello, Caster says hello.
Hello. We are building a big I-beam for the new station today for the platform. I'm just gonna make that 9 1/8 even though it's a little bit over. All right. I'm using my cutting board to do my figuring on. All right, so that's 7/8. And then we need 14. So we need 14 and 7/8 out of the 2 remaining pieces. So that makes it 7 and yeah, I know. Math ain't my strong suit.
Yes, it is.
Used to be. So that now makes that.
Hello, Caster says W. Brock says, hey guys, did you have a good 4th? We had a neighbor's tree collapse here.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Having a tree collapse. It was okay. It was quiet. We just had some family and friends over. We had stuff cooked from Father's Day, so we just heated it up when we grilled at Father's Day. So that's all we did.
And so almost hit Mom's truck.
Oh no. All right, so 7/16, that's 14/16. Yep, that's right. Okay. So I need to do 7 and 7/16 out of each of these. So let's see. I'm gonna file the end down. Oh, this is gonna suck cutting through this. This PLA stuff is so hard to cut. I'm thinking about doing 2 beams this time because this thing is so heavy. See, we only have 1 beam on the other station. But I'm thinking about doing 2 here.
Brock says we did burgers, brats, and beer.
There you go. We did ribs, brats, and hot dogs. And the ladies all had wine. And I had a Coke. I had a Pepsi. All right, so we'll do that.
Okie said I had jelly sandwich and chips and water.
Yeah, and it was still just kind of up in the air as to whether we were actually the city was gonna have the fireworks, so we didn't bother going down, especially because they got rid of a lot of the parking this year. You only had 2 lots to park in, and they were on the other side of the river. And getting across the bridges coming back would have been a real pain to do, so we just didn't even bother with it this year. All right, so we got everything we need. At least this goes. I'll get these cut and then I'll grind everything. All right, so we'll do 7 and a 6, and then I'm going to see if my math is right. Okay, so we're going to have this, and then we need.
Brock says I did 2 at midnight. Had wine.
Oh, good. I may just use the saw on this instead of trying to cut that with the X-Acto blade. I think that'd be just a futile effort. All right. Whoops. I'm gonna mark these, line them up with the original, and I'm gonna see if that comes up to the 2 feet. Cross our fingers. This out of the way so I got the room. As long as I'm close, it's good enough. What do you know?
Brock asks, those I-beams, are they for your elevated train set?
These are not I-beams. These actually are scrap that were supports for bigger structures that we built. These were like on the outside of the building that helped support it when it was printing. So I'm just using scrap here for my I-beams, and I'm going to simulate poured concrete with this. So that's why it doesn't have like those, there we go. That's why it doesn't have those indents to it like a normal I-beam has. So just using this is stuff that was actually getting ready to go to the trash. So we're going to wind up being able to save it and use it.
Brock says he's cleaning some Athearn wheels. They're gummed up from something.
Yeah, if they're metal wheels, they're probably just gummed up from your plastic wheels.
JL Peters says hi.
Hey.
Brock says using soapy water and further cleaning them out with Dollar Tree rubbing alcohol.
All right. Should get them clean for you. Okay, so this will have everything. I'll just have to cut them. I wish I had a little chop saw in here, but I don't. So I'll just have to hand cut these with a small hand saw. I'll probably use that 10% coupon off that we have for Micromark, and I'll buy a chop saw through them. So if you guys want to get any tools or anything from Micromark, best tools that I've ever seen. My dad had tons of them. Coupon is Northern LR. Northern LR on their website. On any regular price item, you get 10% off. Okay, so where did I put my saw? There it is. I found it.
Brock asks, what's that gunk that accumulates on engine wheels?
Most of the stuff that accumulates on wheels is other wheels. It's your plastic wheels. So what you're seeing on there is your plastic wheels that are wearing down on your rail, and it leaves a coating on there, and then that gets on your engine wheels. So that is what you are. You're just cleaning off other wheel bits.
This is very interesting, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
No, X-Bob is here.
Hey,
Working on my old Lionel 2026 first version to make it run better. I don't think anyone has really done work on it, so I have to buy a new smoke unit, and it should run really well after good cleaning.
it should. Yeah.
Yeah.
These engines were made to last, so as long as you just do the service on them, usually you're pretty good.
Not so average roller guy says hi.
Hey,
And Josh says hi too.
hey, Josh. All right, so I got one done. These are my two that I'm not cutting, so I'm just gonna. Well, where are? Okay. Oh, so these are the two I'm not cutting. Let's put these back here so make sure I don't grab them by accident. Well, I don't have a line to cut anything. So. Doesn't matter. Boy, this stuff smells funny when you cut it. This PLA. Really?
Rock says the big boy's trying to make it across America again. Not sure what state she's in, but I'm on it as far as trying to find her.
Back east right now. Because they got caught up in all this heat. They were to stop somewhere late this last week, and they had a lot of people that came to see it that they had to have emergency services come out to for overheating and dehydration. They had a lot of heat emergencies. So that's going to be, I don't know. He's supposed to be going across Horseshoe Curve. Somebody told me around the 16th of January. So he's back east somewhere right now. How are we doing here? Those coming close? Yeah, fairly close enough.
Okie says it's in Philly now.
Philly? Oh, okay. Whew. Wonder if all of our little Skid Row residents in Kensington will go out to see it. Kinda doubt it.
Yeah.
Unless they're giving away Animal Trunk. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this up one too while I'm just here doing it. So
Josh says the big boy is supposed to be at Horseshoe Curve around July 11th.
11th, okay. Yeah, I knew it was in the teens, well, not teens, but in the 10 plus somewhere.
Okie says it was there yesterday. I think it's staying there a few days.
And Philadelphia, I'm assuming?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You don't need to be slipping off. Let's go over here. I don't know what that was. I hope it wasn't a cup full of liquid. No, it's an old cup that's been sitting in the back for quite a while.
Yeah.
There was liquid in it at one time, but it's all but dehydrated at this stage. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we have all four of these cut. This was sure better than trying to do this with the X-Acto blade. Man, this stuff is terrible. All right, so we have these open ends here. When I get everything glued together, I'll just putty over this. I don't want to try to glue this end to this this end right here. I want solid plastic across there, so we'll be gluing these two together like this. So that'll take care of that.
X-Bob says the only thing I hate working on Lionel post-war trains is the gun between the wheels and part of the chassis. I want to take off the wheels, and I don't want to hurt a good post-war, but I don't know.
Well, if you want it to run, you got to do some work to it. You know, it's just how it is. And usually, if it's just, you know, if all you're doing is cleaning wheels and greasing and oiling, you're not damaging value at all. I mean, it's expected that you have to do services.
Rock says your saw reminds you of a high-class track cutter.
Yeah, I got this from my dad. I think that's what he used it for. I'm not sure. I don't know. This blade goes through anything, so that's why I'm sure it probably is a metal blade versus just styrene. But it works for this. And when I'm needing it for projects like this, it works fine. All right, I'm gonna turn my
Rock says his dad had a bigger one. What's that saw called?
hasp. I don't remember offhand.
Not So Average says, I thought the Big Boys tour was canceled because of the amount of people almost getting hit filming.
Oh no, they won't. They won't cancel it for idiocy of people. They'll cancel it if that's what they carry the insurance for. I mean, Union Pacific's carrying a ton of insurance for that. All right, I'm gonna have to. I know you guys don't hear it, which is amazing to me.
He says it's not a miter saw.
I don't know. The blade doesn't seem to be thick enough for a miter saw. Usually, a miter saw blade's about double that width, so that you can put it down inside that slot. So I don't know. It could be. I don't know. This is gonna get noisy. You get people have said you never hear this, but it's noisy at my end, so I won't be able to answer anything for a few minutes. I've got to grind all the back sides of these down, and then I'll be back. Well, you'll see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna get my light on. I got to get rid of all of this texture. Yeah.
The Crochet Lady says, tell X-Bob about the inventory at the new store review you did for Lionel.
Oh, the whole the
Yeah, Midwest Rail Junction.
Oh yeah, all that Lionel stuff. Yeah, there's a guy that that's true. You might want to think about that. You might call the guy that because he has people that does repair work for Lionel. If you're not too sure about what you should and shouldn't do, the guy we did the review for his train store, which was on our regular videos, Midwest what?
Midwest Rail Junction.
Midwest Rail Junction. If you go look at that, there's contact info there, and he can put you in touch with the people that do repair work on large scale stuff.
It's a hacksaw.
Okay.
That's
All right, so give me a minute here. Oh, you know what? These are, I think, on our old plate. It's got the deeper.
Oh.
This is going to take me more than just a few minutes. Alright, this is Peter, huh?
MLW says hi. We got a bunch here.
Okay.
MLW says hi.
Hey.
Brock says he trimmed his big toenail with a Dremel.
Well, you can do that. Yeah.
MLW says I'm in a mood. Got a friend in Philly. She's not a train person, but I told her to go see the big boy, and she went. But UP dropped the ball again, and they closed early without telling anyone.
Oh.
Good job, UP. As I like to joke, can't spell stupid without UP.
All right, so what happened here was there's a lot to grind off, so I'm going to just see how hard it's going to be to file the rest of this, if it's even worth doing, or if I should do the side that doesn't have as much. The reason I like having both sides of this done is when we get the flat car that we're going to have on the front of the diesels that has the camera on it, and we go underneath and you can see all this, I'd rather have everything look really good. So that's why we'll just see how this looks with this filing now. I guess if it's even worth doing at this point. I should just do the front side and be done with it.
Brock says I wish the podiatrist was next door. They're awesome. They're awesome at the VA. Helped in any way.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah. They, my dad went to the VA to have his toenails taken care of. He just couldn't do them himself anymore with his health issues, so he had a lady down there that took care of it.
Jamie asks if there are any atriums.
Any atriums on our layout?
Uh-huh.
Not yet, but we do have the Babylon Tower coming, which is going to have a lot of plants. So it's going to be actually a garden in the sky, so thus the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. That'll be before the end of the summer. We'll have that huge skyscraper in place. Don't know if I have all the garden parts in, but you guys will be able to see it and what we're going to be doing and how it'll get there. All right, let's see how this is. Yeah, that's not good at all. Well, what am I going to do here? I could probably sand this and then just leave this, and then on the back side it just is the way it is. I just want the front side to look really good. Well, it's gonna get noisy. It's gonna get really noisy now. Gabe,
Yeah.
we're gonna need to set up.
They're on the floor.
Yeah, for shooting down. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to get these.
Let's see. Oh, Not So Average says I got a new coat today for the foot plate. For some reason, am a fireman on the Whitwell and Reepham Railway.
Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Brock asked if it was printed in that color. If those are printed in that color.
Yes, this is all printed. We use gray filament. We don't use any colored filament at all. We just go with gray, and that way it's just a nice base color for us to do all of our painting and our work on. All right.
You know
what? This should only take about 10-15 minutes doing it this way. Oh, you're trying to think about the box?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, I'm going to have to move to the floor, so he's going to move the camera down.
Mom got rid of the other one.
Well, that one should be fine. This one is not up as high. Just pop those flaps out. So you can see what I do when I have stubborn PLA. Okay, you want to get that? I'll get myself set up here. You can close. All right.
I'll close the door.
Do you want to just respond?
I'm gonna this
Okay.
so that it doesn't blow everyone's ears out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Those are a nice neutral color, Brock says.
Yeah.
I need ties made in that color.
Yeah, here, show this. That right there was all printed in the same gray, so all of this came out looking like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Hang on just a sec. Oh, Josh says I was running my G scale and my cat's foot was laying across the track and it hit her foot and she didn't like it at all.
All right. So you can just
Sit like
you can just respond to them.
Yeah, I'll respond out there.
I'm not going to be able to see or hear anything for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute this.
Yeah, you guys don't want to hear this. This will blow your speakers apart.
So muting now, everyone. All right, we're back.
Yep, sorry about that, everybody. This was just, and then boy, this stuff wound up becoming extremely melty. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I knew it was hollow inside, but I wasn't expecting it to get that flimsy on me that quick. The one I had to actually reform it almost completely. I probably could have just mushed it flat with my fingertips. All I was doing when I was doing this kind of stuff was just getting it back to being straight.
Crochet went and heated up some pizza. Brock says, when we were going to church, we didn't want to be burping smells into the church after having pizza. But he said it couldn't be worse than the city bus the other day. It was bad. Straight dookie. Oh, he says dookie, lol. Change chat to weather. Class is back in session from Okie.
Yes. What have y'all been doing while I've been gone?
Brock says, I needed attention, please, I'm out of line. Now you see what happens when you leave for 10 minutes?
I'm off building, yeah. Things get totally out of hand. That's all right. What it's for.
Yep.
Just trying to get everything kind of straightened here because I'm going to be going right up and start building because this is pretty much finished. Just making sure everything looks good and looks straight.
Well, Brock says there's a tornado warning.
Oh. Yeah, we've had a few of those here the past few days.
Okie says we were just talking trains and stuff.
And stuff. It's the and stuff. Okay, if you want to reset the camera up there on the table. On the table. Yep. Yep.
All right, y'all.
Get my 60-year-old
Oopsie
clothes
daisy.
off the floor. Okay.
Owie.
Watch out.
Yeah.
You just knocked all the paints over Big Feet.
I know. Yeah, I'll let y'all try to guess my shoe size.
Well, it depends on which company.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can throw that away. That's crap.
This.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we don't have a bag in here no more.
What?
We don't have a bag in here anymore.
Yeah, it's right there. That's my trash bag.
Oh.
Big black thing that looks plastic on the floor there is the
We
trash
got
bag.
stuff all over it, so.
That could be the trash bag.
Oh, it could be a pile of unassuming whatever.
There, that could be the trash bag. All right.
Let's see. Yes, it is 3 main lines, Brock.
Yeah.
Up here on the bottom cliffside level. But then up top we'll have.
There's 3 main lines here, and then there's going to be 4 main lines up on the top, on the pink here, and then we'll have 2 main lines down the lower shelf.
Josh says size 11. Nope. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Yeah, Brooke says trains and tornadoes. Not Savage says, oh yeah, I forgot. How is you lot's American Day? I'm English, so we tend not to make a fuss of it.
There's a South Park episode that was great, where the English tried to take the colonies back on a special holiday. They came over in sailing ships.
The redcoats.
The United States sent out F-15 fighter jets. Okay, so
Yes, there will be 9 total then.
9 total what?
Main lines.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Oh, there's something to drink. Okay.
Do you have anything?
No, he's going to be going to something to drink. So wait till he comes back before we start answering any questions, because I don't have the other thing set to be able to see it.
Oh, let me a couple seconds.
Yeah, I'll just I'm going to start working on. I got thinking about doing the 2 sets of these beams going all the way across here. I was going to have one here and here, but that's going to make it really difficult to put the loading platforms, the passenger platforms, with all the beams coming down. I'd have to do a lot of cutting, and I'm to the point in my life, no. So I'll have to do one here, but then I can leave that one alone. I can leave that one alone. I don't have to worry about beams coming down. So I'm just going to put one I want to put one beam going across right here and hope that's going to be enough to hold up the weight of this thing. That's the only problem, is just the weight of this thing. It's a lot heavier than I anticipated it being. So, all right, so let's see what we can do here. Which is the better one? So I know I'm going to do one for sure. I'm going to pick the best one to put my best foot forward, aiming outside. So let's see, got a little bit of pattern still there. Tiniest bit of pattern here. This one's the better one. Okay. So then let's pick out the two best here. That one's really good. I want that one. That one's pretty good too. All right, so we'll hold those off to the side and we'll do these. All right, so I have to re-clean this up a little bit on the ends because I'm going back and forth with the sander. Kicked some melted, it really melted. So I'm really hoping when I line these up, they're all still the same width. I've actually had that happen where I've been using a sander on these things, and it's actually made them wider. So I'm hoping I didn't do that with this. I'm hoping that, oh, good, that one's good. That one's good. Okay. All right. First thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to measure this. I'm going to measure the height of this. It should be 2 inches on the dot because that's 2 inches accurate, 2 inches foam. Where's my ruler? Of course. I just had it. I just had it. Been a long, busy day already. We had church this morning, then we had to run an errand, then we had a neighbor who hasn't been doing too well. He's an older fella, 92, so he's an older fella. His granddaughter, who's been living with him and taking care of him, moved him into a nursing home, and he's the sweetest guy ever. And that was just it was kind of sad. I went over to see. Oh, crap, that's higher than 2 inches. What the hell? Is it all that way? Yes. This is a thicker piece of foam for some reason. All right, I gotta come from here. So it's essentially 2 1/8. 2 1/8. 2 1/8. 2 1/8. Come all the way out here where it's going to be. It's going to be about right here. 2 1/8. All right. 2 1/8. Well, anyway, so we went over and saw him at the nursing home. He's got his own room. It's actually really a nice place. Found it to be a little dark. I hope his granddaughter brings over some like brighter lights for his room because it only had like one very dim LED light in the ceiling. I think just, if you brought in some like natural lights, it would be really, really nice. And they've got a beautiful area where they can go and watch the back area where they've got bird houses and feeders and everything. And it's actually very, very pretty. Okay, so 2 1/8. And this is going to be some stupid width. I'll tell you that right now. I know it is. Because where it was oh, well, it's not too much of a stupid width. I guess I should take that back. 3/8. Woo! I think. I need my light back. Hurry up! He gets sidetracked when he goes downstairs. So 3/8. So that is right. All right. And what did I say I needed to have? I've got all these numbers written down over here. 2 1/8. Oh, there's my number right there.
What?
Well, I can't see anything. I have no vision.
There's a mom. Sorry. Getting stressed again.
She is?
Yeah. There hasn't been much. Pizza podcast.
All right, so I have to go 1 3/4. Every one of these little sticks has to be done 1 3/4.
Brock asked, "What was your church sermon about today?" He says ours was about Moses. We are, well, it was still even though we had last week, because the services are done for whatever happens during that week. So Sunday is obviously the beginning of the new week, so since we didn't have any services before the 4th, last week was everything about the 4th, and independence and all that stuff. Today still had a little bit of that. We were doing the 3, what was the letters? R? Oh, the 4 R's.
The 4 R's.
Mm-hmm.
Recognize.
Revisit. Refocus. There's one more.
Yeah. So.
It was about taking rest.
Yeah. Yeah, it was about just, relaxing, knowing that everything that you do in life, you need to rest and put all your trust in Him on everything, which I always do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So.
See, Brock says, Lance, nice lighting on your workbench. He says, his mom's church said it was kindness.
Kindness, yeah.
Give it every day.
Yep.
Did they mention railroading?
Actually, he has in the past. Not very often, but because he knows I'm a model railroader. And plus, we had a train show we put on a train show at our church. It was what, about 4 years ago? 4 years ago. We may do that again next summer. All right, this is going to be one big beam. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut.
Okie says we never get sidetracked on here.
No, never. Never. That never happens here. We're right on topic all the time. Okay. I know I'm going to have to put a piece behind on this as a strengthener.
Brock says there are 2 R's in the Navy, rest and relaxation.
Yep. All right. I'm going to put, I think, this piece, I'll put a little piece right back behind there. I'll have it cut and be ready to go with it. So, there it is. Having a hard time finding my tools today. My wife's been in charge, her and 3 other ladies have been in charge of setting the curriculum for the school for next year. So they've been working throughout the summer on it, and they have to get everything uploaded for approval for this week. So, was she having problems uploading stuff?
Yeah, exporting, actually.
Oh, okay.
Brock says, I love all the topics we talk about here. Very fun channel. I'm actually glad I found y'all.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for contributing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what makes it lively when I'm doing really boring stuff, which I do a lot of times. Okay, so I got my little reinforcements. So I'm going to cut my first one. I think I'm gonna cut this end off right here, and I'll try to make it a little more straight, and then I'll file it, and then I'll make my 1 3/4. If you don't know that trick, on any styrene, all you have to do is score a line, and you can snap it. Most people know that trick, but those of you that may not, makes things real simple. Get you a nice, good flat. Sometimes it gets a little wonky. You just take your file to it. This didn't hardly go crazy at all on me, so I'm pleased with that. Oh.
Yes.
poo. Oh no. Poo, 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 poo. Well, I got those, but that means I can't do another beam if I want to. I wanted to do like our other one over there. I wanted to have a couple of wider beams. I wanted to have a wider beam in the middle and one on each end, and then infill with the little guys like I did before. All the way down. But beams I wanted to use for that are right here. And they're not sanded. See, those are a little wider than that.
Brock says, I forgot about that trick scoring snap.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Saves me for a ton of work. So that press, back forth. Well, I could have sounded a little lewd if somebody came in right then. Anyway, I may go with the bigger one anyway. I'm just going to go with one beam. I think this thing is going to be more than strong enough if I do this right to support all this weight. Especially if we get it going all the way back there onto the pink far enough. Yeah. Only need 3 of them. Well, let's see, is this the same size? Oh, it is. So, I could cut this one. And then if I decided to add that other beam, if I don't have enough strength, I can sand this one real quick tomorrow and make the other beam. There we go. Problem solved. So, I need 1, 2, 3. I wonder if I should do 1, 2, 3, 4, or if I should just do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I don't know. Let's see here. 1, 2, and then bam, 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 bam. Or no, probably better just dividing it. So we'll do 3 biggies. Okay. So let's see here if we can get this right. All right. What did I say? 1 3/4. Right? Yes, 1 3/4. Okay. Am I going to have enough to get 3 out of that? Yeah, I should. What?
YouTube's auto-translate thing.
Yeah.
So, Oki put in no dab, dab, dab.
Uh-huh.
He said that? No dab, dab, dab. It translated to, what the hell is this?
That's funny. That's pretty good. Oh, boy.
Brock asked if we've seen a movie called Duel.
Duel. Sounds familiar.
It's a great movie. Watch the train scenes.
Oh, that. Yes. Yes. That was an older movie, I believe. I think that had Lee Marvin in it or something, or... Yeah, I'm going to go...
71. Oh, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. Oh, Duel. No, I'm thinking of something else. But I think I do... is Lee Marvin in that?
Dennis Weaver.
Dennis Weaver. Okay. Oh, with the semi-truck.
Oh.
That one that's with a creepy semi-truck.
Yeah, that was freaky.
Yeah. Once you said Dennis Weaver, my mind started thinking about that semi-truck. Yeah. Yes, I've seen that many times, actually. Freaked me out when I was young. That was a crappy cut.
Oki says I thought that was Maximum Overdrive.
That's a good movie, but that was with Emilio Estevez. With all that music from AC/DC? I think it was AC/DC.
Yep.
That was a Stephen King
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, it was his only directorial effort.
Who?
Stephen
Stephen?
King.
But you know, like every one of Stephen King's movies, they never translate well
On the screen.
to the screen. And I never read the book for like The Green Mile and things like that, but now those movies were great, and I don't know, the books were probably still even better. He had a number of those that were like that. Okay, we gotta go on to the slant. I'm just having all kinds of fun today. All right, here's a true test. Will this be 2/8?
Brock says, I like The Shining.
Yeah, that was good. Just a slight bit more than 2/8. But that's okay because I think that is slight bit more than 2/8 over there. So that's actually going to be all right. But I just got to make sure I cut the next one exactly the same way. Have I taken any off of this or? Yeah, that scene with Jack Nicholson. Here's Johnny. That's been parodied so many times. In TV and movies.
Wookie says Jack Nicholson was the best Joker, in my opinion.
Yes, I kind of have to agree with that. He was great. Just had that crazy attitude. All right. Yeah, we're pretty close. All right, so I got to make sure I get 3 exactly the same length. I mean, exactly. This the one cut? It must be. No. This is the one. About to, when I needed sort of cutting it. That'd been great. These are the days that test my patience with model railroading. I have in my head what I want to do, and 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't come out that way. Or if it does, it takes me 4 times as long as I think it should, or that it actually should.
Josh says I watched Maximum Overdrive.
Yep. Like I said, it was a decent movie.
Brock asked if Jack Nicholson wasn't there on Shining, who else could have pulled it off? Another actor, I mean.
I don't know that. You'd have to have somebody that really has a really good distinct voice, for one thing. And you'd have to have like a, they do a lot of makeup on him, obviously, but you kind of have to have crazy eyes to begin with. He definitely does.
He says Clint Eastwood, I think. The way he acted in Pale Rider.
All right, so that is, okay, so that's smooth. Let's see if we can get this right. Let's see here. I have to have 3 of these total, right? Yeah, I gotta have 3 of these total. Yeah, great. All right.
Spooky says Randy Quad.
Quaid. Yeah, he's kind of got spooky eyes and a good distinct voice. He may not be able to come into the country to do it. Up in Canada on tax fraud from the United States. Seemed like he was trying to get that settled, but I don't know.
Brock asks, or do we usually stream longer on Sunday afternoons?
Each stream is kind of its own beast. It just depends on what I've got to do. And how bored it seems like you guys get. Because like I said, this is, gee, you're watching me saw plastic. Oh, it's like, watching grass grow and paint dry. You guys actually watch paint dry on our channel too, so you know how exciting that can be. But we used to do really long Sunday ones. We go for 3-4 hours. The reason this was taking a little longer is I've had to change a whole bunch of stuff midstream here on what I'm doing.
Oki says he's back in the States.
Is he?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I had heard something like maybe he had settled it because there was I don't know if it was for vacations, Christmas, but he was back for some reunion. And I'm sure they wouldn't let him back in without arresting him if he hadn't taken care of his tax responsibility. Because it's something like he'd never paid taxes. It was a huge bill.
Crochet Lady asks, how about Boris Karloff?
I don't know about that.
Oh, Fresno Jason says good afternoon.
Hey, Fresno Jason. All right, I got 2. I need one more. One more. No, this end down here is really good. I'm going to take it out of this end. Not do too much cleanup right there. Perfect. Okay. So one more, and then I've got my 3 big ones. I'll glue these together, put the 3 big ones on here, and then I can start to figure out the little guys. What are these supposed to be? 1 3/4. Okay. This ruler is great. These cross lines that go this way, you just line them up along your edge. You can get great perpendicular or parallel lines, whatever you need. I get that at Hobby Lobby.
Brock says I wasn't sure how long you'd be logged on here for.
It just kind of depends on usually how tired I get to.
He says there's a big fireworks show in Covington, Indiana tonight. It was canceled last night.
Oh. Yeah, there was quite a few canceled last night. There we go. Now, we'll see here. I'm gonna have to sand a bunch of this off. Maybe even have to spray some with the X-Acto blade. We'll see what we get here and pop through it. Okay. It sure doesn't melt it quick. All right, let's see what we got. Well, there's my line, so maybe I can just.
Brock says the storm was nuts here.
Yeah.
Danville, Illinois.
Yep, yeah, they were. I saw pictures of the storms from all over Illinois and Wisconsin from yesterday. Man, there was the day before too. There was some major damage. I saw over here on Lake Geneva, Gabe. Just right over here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It was almost like a high winds, and you know they call those that hit water. They're not tornadoes. They're
Oh,
not typhoons. Water spouts.
yeah.
And from what I saw, I think it was a true story. 3 kids in a boat got drowned.
Oh.
Yeah, out on the lake when the storm hit. Yeah,
That's horrible.
I think it was either State Line News that had it, or WIFR or WREX, one of them. So I'm pretty sure it was a true story. It wasn't one of these made up things somebody's doing just to get clicks.
That's right. I remember seeing that headline in my notifications.
Did you? Yeah, that was very sad.
So, well, hardly any way to tell it's coming.
Well, and some of these have been so quick.
Exactly. Look at how quickly the one rolled in the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, and just at my mom's place, how they got the wind and hail and stuff, and then we're only like 2 miles away. We got nothing but just the rain, the drenching rain. All right, please all be the same link.
He says yes, it was a true story.
Okay. Yeah, it was very sad. All right, these are so close. This is maybe a 1/64th in the way of a difference. You know, just a little bit short. I don't think we're gonna be able to notice something that minor. Okay, so let's see here. All right, time to glue. Okay, so middle one. End one. Here's this.
Brock says a week ago an F1 walked down the street.
Did it? Wow. Well, you know, we're in this whole area, we're kind of all on the borderline of Tornado Alley, but I saw some news report that said they're having, because of the warming, they're having to shift the actual tornado zone. The Tornado Alley is actually shifting more east and more north now. So, okay, I use Bondtech. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just telling you what I use for PLA. Best glue I found for PLA.
He says I can see it from here.
See what?
Whatever you were talking about, you said.
Oh, okay. I gotta clean a little bit of glue overage off. It was, gotta keep this clean, but when you're working on it, it just builds up really quickly. So I come in here and I just shave this off real quick, get the glue off around the lip up here. This you have to keep this bottle really clean. I get everything comes down, but then this kind of builds up here, and then it gets to be a real pain in the, you know what, and when it's inside the cap. So I just have to sometimes come and do that. So I want to be careful. You don't want to like cut any off. Okay, so I'll start with this. I'll get this.
Brock says it was called not even a breeze. El Ninos or Ninas. Calling them BAM, 75 miles an hour.
Yep. All right, here we go. Got these ends all sanded. All right, so we're gonna just put that right there. We're gonna bring this up like this. Just do this like this to make this straight. Let that sit there for a second, doesn't take very long. Hey, we're actually starting to make it now. I get these legs on here, I can actually move the station up on top of it until we get the beams made. Like I did before when it was just floating out there on its own. So I need to remember this side, because just in case if they're a little off, this is going to be the top side.
Crochet Lady says Gluteus Maximus lands.
Gluteus Maximus? My Gluteus Maximus sticking out? I know what she's laughing about.
Yeah.
Alright.
Broadcast what glue that is that?
This is Bondtech PLA glue. Made specifically for doing 3D print stuff material. Best stuff on the market. About $6 a bottle. I think that's what we paid. A bottle goes a long ways. Get that started there. That lined up like that. All right. Last thing I'll do is I'll put a couple of these legs on these, and then I'll put. No, I'll get them all done. Then I'll flip this over and I'll put my reinforcements on. So we'll have to figure this out. That is a massive. Be a massive platform. I have 2 foot over here. That's close.
Josh says he's gonna have 22 tracks on his layout.
That's a lot of tracks. Oh.
Hookie said, Brock, when you said F1, I thought you were talking about racing.
No, Fujita scale F1. I'm going to be a little short on the length. Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
I thought this thing was longer than 2 foot.
Oh.
Well, I'll put a little tiny strip on one end. Not a lot I can do about it.
No.
So the black styrene that I use, it's just like a little more than a little more than 1/8 of an inch shy of 2 foot. So I'll have to cut it, and I'll have to just cut the width the way I need it, and I'll have to add a little tiny piece on the end. I mean, I'm going to hide it by my retaining wall, obviously, but it just stinks when something is just a little off like that. Okay, so that's nice and straight. This make sure these all feel good. Yep, they do. It feels good, feels straight. All right, so we know this side is good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with this side. This other side, it'll be all right. I'm sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Okay, so
Josh says I'm gonna have 3 subway trains going if I can afford them.
yeah, that'll be fun. Zip. All right, let's bring this down here so I've got room for. Make sure I came up at 2 foot. I want this to look right. Wow, we're so close. Nobody's going to be able to tell a 1/16 of an inch. So I don't need this anymore, so I can use this. All right, so let's see. We need to go 12 to get to center. So that's 13 with this, because I'm coming in 1 inch. There's center, and then I'll put 1 on each end. All right, here we go. Let's see. We're going to have a low one, which we're going to have a low one because one's shorter than the others. Put on this very far end down over here. So I need to find the low one. I think it's going to be. Okay. Now none of them are low. Isn't that just...
Brock says it was great hanging out. I've got to go, Mo. Take care. Check y'all later. Bye.
Oh, I'm glad you joined us. We'll be doing another live stream probably Tuesday when I get the station painted. So if you want to come hang out, we'll be doing that probably later in the afternoon or the evening. But have a good rest of the day. Okay, here we go.
Brock says Tuesday. Okay.
Yep, should be Tuesday evening. Usually about 7:30, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. All right, so there's that one. I need a bigger table. I'm gonna give you the measurements today
Okay.
for the I-beams.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna need a bunch of them. All right, so there's our 3 wider legs, same width as the top I-beam. Get back on there. Okay.
Josh says he's heading off, gonna take the trash out and watch another live stream today.
Cool. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Tuesday, 7:30, 8 o'clock. We will be back. Hopefully with a painted station.
Crochet lady says, oh, he should live stream his mowing.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Set up your phone.
Yep. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 and I'm going to put them right in the middle. And then I'm just going to put this up in place to see how we're doing. And I think that'll be it for the day.
Josh says he'll be back Tuesday.
Okay. Sounds good. Uh-oh. What's this guy? I have one. Uh-oh. No, it's not this. Okay. All right, we're the same length. A little long. No, that's because I gotta. Okay. All right, how's that? Oh, there we go. All right, so that guy's gonna go here. Let's get this file. Like I said, we'll do just these 2. That's more than enough to handle the weight for right now. And we'll check and see how this looks. And we can measure what we need for the I-beams. All right. This one is done. Let's see what we got here. Pretty close. Okay. That's just a little bit flatter. There we go. How are you now? Almost. Today's gonna be an anime day today, watching anime. We have Crunchyroll. We got a lot of series we watch. Okay. That's pretty good. Alright, so measure this. Alright. Alright, so we got 11 and a half, so it's gonna be 5 3/4, so that's 6 3/4. That should be midpoint. Yep. All right. I don't have to wait too long for this to dry at all. Be able to put it up there and see how it looks. I'm going to add a lot more legs to it, but this will be a good start.
Crochet Lady says, good chats today. I love this kind, funny group.
Yeah, it is a good group. No, that wasn't it. What are we doing here? Came off the middle. Middle to here is 5 3/4. Almost. 5 3/4. Yep, that's it. Okay.
Oki says, well, if I wasn't too shy, I would contribute.
Who said that?
Oki.
Contribute. He always contributes.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about. Unless he's being facetious. And funny. Alright. What are you doing? What? What? You're not supposed to stick to wax paper. What? Alright, well that's sit for a second. Then we'll put it in place. Alright, now I'll clean this off. We'll see how we're doing. Yeah, I think maybe one more each, or probably divide this by 2. This is gonna need a lot more support. Lot more. Alright. Put that away. Clean this off. Put this down here. Clean that off. Push that back. Give this just a few more seconds to dry, and of course you dried to it. There you go. Not that hard. Oh, you're nice and solid now. Both of you are. Okay. So let's get covered in dust. Let's get the station. Now let's put this up in place and see how it looks. Now, which is my way out? Which faces out? This side faces. This side faces out. I think. I don't know. Yeah, this side faces out. Okay. Oh yeah, that's that side faces out. Okay. Let's put this up. I'm gonna put it right in here. I'll have to dig all that out in between. I'm just right now. I'm just trying to get this set up.
Crochet Lady says, Lance, your space on the right looks a little wider than the left side. I was going to mention it sooner.
It's not. I measured it. It's fairly close. I gotta go this way a little bit more. What are you catching on? There. There's where I need to be. Okay. There's lots of rocks down in here that I have to dig out where these are. I won't do that until I get the other ones in place. That way I can just do it all at the same time. Vacuum it all at the same time. Everything. Take that back just a little bit. There we go. I think, let me take a look here from the side. Oh, yeah, that's pretty level. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let me get the thing. Okay. All right, so the I-beams, Gabe?
Yeah. Just regular old I-beams like on the other station, right?
Yep. We're gonna need 8-inch. Yeah, 8-inch. So I want my overhang. That goes back a little ways, gives me an overhang over the track. Okay. We're probably gonna need 13. I'm gonna get the camera here so you guys can see. So here's where looking like now. So there's the beam right there going across. And of course, the reason these are so wide is because obviously these have to still go on the ends. So, but we can't put these on until we get all of this made. But at least I can get that up off my table now. All right. So let's wrap this up. And you can see this architecture and everything. You know, like I said, we've got these beautiful columns that are going to be here all down the front, 4 of them on the front, 4 of them on the rear. So that's going to look really good. It's going to match this architecture over here just beautifully. So this station is just opposite this station. They're going to look at each other. And then our other station is going to go right there at track level. These two are obviously suspended above track level. This one will be at track level. All right.
How many? 13?
Oh, you figured you'd ask.
Yeah, I think.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 13.
Those going.
Do what?
Those going.
Okay. Oh, if you guys weren't here with us on the last one, here are the colors for the new stations. The one we've been working on today. That'll be the overall color of the station, and that's going to be the windows, the inserts. So that one's going to be absolutely gorgeous. You can see how this will be a very nice contrast to this station right here. And the station behind me that we're getting ready to start printing after a while. Main color of the station is this. This is almond. And then khaki is going to be the window inserts. So that's the colors, and then this one right here. So that's the colors we've got. So I think it's all coming together pretty good. So we should have a lot of that done before we get together on Tuesday. I'm going to make sure we have the platform fully done. Get the rest of the trim that needs to be done on it. Make sure that's nice and level, which I'm sure it will be.
Crochet Lady says, holy moly, bet your back is sore and ears ringing, but it looks great.
Yeah, my back was sore from sitting on the floor there doing the sanding. Wasn't planning on doing that today. But I wear my earplugs for sanding, so that's not that bad. But that's going to look really good. We're going to have, and then behind that big station over here on this side, we're going to have 2 big skyscrapers. And then, of course, Babylon in the corner. So it's just all going to flow beautifully around here. We'll have our platforms for all of our passenger trains to stop. So, because eventually we'll have like 7 Amtraks running at once, coming and going out of the stations. So it's gonna look pretty good. John, what do you think of that?
Like it.
I do too. I think that's gonna look fine. Let's get everything cleaned up with the styrene and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. So we went a little longer than I was thinking we were gonna go today. 'Cause we
2
thought it was
hours.
Oh, yeah, well, I was only thinking about an hour, but well, I was doing things I didn't think I was gonna have to do today, which was sanding and grinding the stuff down, and I thought I was just gonna be going straight to building the platform. I thought I'd have the platform pretty much done today. So it never quite goes the way you hope it will. So anyway, so Tuesday, so if you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss when we do the next live stream, because we will really be getting on this pretty good. I might even before we get here Tuesday have the platform completely finished, and maybe even that thing first coats of the paint of that, so that it'll just actually be just fine for starting to run again. So anyway, thanks for being here. Hope you guys had a really good 4th if you celebrated. So we will see you Tuesday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit notifications, and if we have our Amazon wish list. Sorry, I had 2 things going at once. I thought, if you started the print on that?
No, because I need to pop off the columns.
Okay, yeah, we may need them longer.
Okay.
I got thinking about that because I don't want the station out that far, so I'm gonna have to go further back.
Okay.
So we may have to add like an extra inch. It may have to be 9 inches long. Sorry, buddy. We got a little. I got to look at that. I thought something's wrong here. So okay. So anyway, we will see you guys come. Tuesday night. So thanks for being here. Oh, and like I said, we got our Amazon wish list up there, and don't forget to go check out our video on the paints from Micromark. And if you're interested, we have a 10% coupon, Northern LR on their website. Any regular priced item, 10% off. So anyway, I'm going to go take advantage of myself, and I'm going to get some tools. So we'll see you Tuesday. So everybody take care and be safe until then. And thanks for watching.